We're into the last recipe of our barbecue special with this delicious pork rack. Riverview Farms, succulent, moist, delicious. Great for the whole family plus friends. Chuck it in the oven, roast it. But today, we've got the fusion here, the Everdure Fusion, and we're gonna chuck it on a spit roast. Beautiful glaze, really delicious. A fun way to cook. I'm excited. First thing we're gonna do is our spice rub, which goes all over this rack. Now, it's a dry rub, and it's a rub that you can sort of leave on overnight, put it in the fridge, let the flavors come together. Kicking it off, smoked paprika. In a little bowl, I'm just gonna mix everything together. Garlic powder, black pepper, oregano, and very importantly, we've got some salt, which brings the whole dry marinade together. Give it a good mix around, combine it all. Before we get it on the pork, I'm just gonna do a little score, just down the fat, not too deep. We don't want to pierce the skin, but just the fat itself. Look at that beautiful pork fat, just slicing down through that like butter. And then we can get straight into raining down this rub. Rub it in, hey? Feels so good. The color as well. That smoked paprika is gonna bring out beautiful color. Happy days. Don't be afraid to get it in there. It's looking pretty well coated. I just love that color. You can see the paprika. You've got the oregano in there. Don't leave anything behind. All right, now here is one that we've had going overnight. It's been trussed. You can see that it's changed color a little bit. That's because everything's sort of absorbed into the meat. The flavor is there. Next up, time to get it on the spit. So I'm gonna find the nice center of the eye here and just go straight through all the way. So tender. Look at that, it's just slipping straight through, which is perfect. Nice and easily, there we go. Wonderful, there's one. Don't forget the other side, very important. And lock it down in place. And there we go. Locked in, ready to rock and roll. Before I put it on the spit, I'm just gonna give it a little drizzle of some of our squeaky gate. And I'll just rub that in with my hands. Absolutely delicious looking already. And it's gonna be even better once it hits those charcoals. So let's get it in position. So the spear goes into one end of the motor, drops into the other side, flip that, and we've got one little button. Hit the button, and it should start turning. There we go. All we do, sit back, enjoy this moment, smell those amazing aromas, and let it do its thing. I think every delicious pork rack needs a sticky, sweet glaze to go with it. So what I'm gonna do is a peach glaze that we can just baste on and brush on the rack as it's spinning along there on the spit. So little saucepan, just in with some peach jam, get that sticky, sweet, golden color that we love. A little bit of soy sauce for salt and umami, that goes in as well. Yum, yum, yum. We've got our squeaky gate unfiltered apple cider vinegar. Bit of a glug of that goes in, just to loosen things up and get that sort of sweet and sour vibe that we all love. And then just to finish it off, we've got our Western Star original salted, delicious butter. Very, very good for what we're about to do with that basting and glazing. You get that nice sort of nuttiness when it hits those charcoals. Really, really delicious. So a couple of little squares of butter go in, and I'm just gonna allow that to melt down, come together. Now, we're not just throwing a pork banger on the barbie here. This is cooking to impress. The neighbors, the whole family, the friends, everyone is gonna love this because the smell is gonna be wafting over the back fence. Once this peach glaze hits the rack, it's gonna get nice and sweet and delicious. I'm loving it. This is really, really good stuff. It's looking good, shiny, silky. Pick up the pastry brush and we can just do a little baste. Just every now and again, just basting it on as it turns around. We're coming up to half an hour now. You can see the delicious golden color that's sort of spreading across the whole rack. I really don't think we're too far off. Let's get this rack off and look at that. Isn't it delicious? I'm gonna leave it set there by itself on its serving platter. It's just gonna rest, relax. We're gonna surround this with a delicious lentil and celery salad. So some celery, I'm gonna cut these on quite an aggressive sort of angle, so they're quite large pieces. Some fennel, which is gonna be really lovely. And then the same again with the fennel. I'm just gonna shave it quite finely on a bit of an angle. Some spring onion. We need a delicious dressing to go with this. A little bit of mustard, some tahini, a little bit of honey for some sweetness, just a drizzle. Good pinch of sea salt. I'm gonna do a little dash of water just to loosen things up, and then a lemon, which I'm just gonna squeeze out. Mixy, 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 mixy. Coming together quite nicely. Love it. Nice big bowl. They're gonna go in there just for mixing our crispy, crunchy bits. And then a good drizzle of our dressing as well, just to really coat everything up. Finally, a little bit of our fennel sprig over the top. And then that is simply gonna serve around our Riverview Farms pork, peach glazed with a celery and lentil salad. That is gonna hit the dinner table. That is gonna impress all your friends. I hope you guys have enjoyed today's cooking. 3 amazing barbecue recipes right here, Clontarf Beach, Northern Beaches. It's good to be home. Happy cooking. I'm gonna go eat. So good.